Hi, you guys. So, tonight was a fun night. I went out and took myself out to a steakhouse. Y'all, I love these type of steakhouses around Christmas time. They are so classic. There's like beautiful Christmas decorations everywhere. The energy is just timeless. And talk about the energy. When I walk into these classic, like timeless steakhouses, and there were men everywhere, wealthy guys everywhere, just everywhere. And the energy in these places, like I swear, there's something about the energy in some of these restaurants where it brings out like the seductive siren in you. And I notice like men feel really comfortable at these type of restaurants, and women just have like this I don't know, it's like their energy just simmers down, and it brings out something seductive in them. Let me know if you know what I mean, because there are restaurants like this I experienced in New Orleans where it's almost like the restaurant has a certain type of magic to it. It's like this nostalgic classic type of seduction vibe. And there were like a bunch of pictures of like Marilyn Monroe in the restaurant. And I remember I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, why do I look like I've been drinking even though I haven't been drinking? Like my eyes were like this, like they were like super low in like a seductive way, and my energy just felt like simmered down. And it felt good, but it felt kind of strange because I felt like it was like kind of uncontrollable. But it was good because it relaxed me, and it made me like stay sharp on my feet, because there were so many men. There were so many well-to-do men in the restaurant. I was the only female at the bar for a long time, until this other girl came in. She was meeting her dad, it looked like. Okay, so this older Caucasian gentleman comes up to me and he's like, is anyone sitting here? And y'all, I am so annoyed with myself. You know, I went into nice girl mode and I said no, and he was like, can I sit here? When he asked this question, you know, there's something in me when men ask me this question when I'm out alone at a bar. When they ask me, can they sit next to me? Something inside me is like, hell no, you can't sit next to me unless you're gonna buy me a drink and pay my tab. And I'm like I can't find the time to translate that into something that will communicate in a classy way. So I'm just like, yeah, you can sit there. But then I hate myself. Like afterwards, I'm like, oh, why did I say that? Like I could have been like playful. I could have been like, maybe if you buy me a drink, maybe if you pay for my tab. And I've done this before, but I want to make it a consistent habit. And when I did this, I got a lot of pushback from the guy. He was like, why should I have to da-da-da-da to da-da-da-da? And that's a good thing. Whenever a guy gives you pushback, whenever you make a guy offended, that is a good thing, because that is the only way they get emotionally involved. They're not going to forget you. You're not just like any other girl who's just like, oh, yeah, sure. You know, just boring like that. So, yeah. You know, but, you know, I followed it up with something good. I went out with a bang. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I was at this restaurant alone, sitting at the bar, looking cute. I wore this cute dress. It's got like these, I'm going to show you the dress. It's got fur on the sleeves. I felt so cute. Love my jewelry. Timeless, classic. I was feeling great. So, not gonna lie, I did feel a bit tense when I got there, just because I don't know, it was the seats. Like I couldn't get comfortable in the freaking seats. I like crossing my legs like this, But at certain restaurant bars, you have to like sit like just regular, and my hips don't like that. And so it's hard for me to like fully breathe into my womb space and drop down into the floor, which is how I like to have my energy when I'm out alone. But so this guy comes up. He's like, he sees me when he first walks in and wants to sit next to me. Of course, there were other spaces he could have sat next to, but he decided to ask me if anyone was sitting there. And I was like, no. And he was like, can he sit there? And I wanted to say, maybe if he buy me a drink, but I wasn't drinking. I didn't drink tonight. I don't drink anymore. I don't really like alcohol anymore. It gives me acid reflux, so I don't really like it anymore. Plus, I never liked it. I only did it for social reasons. But I'm like, I don't know why I played it safe. You know, a lot of times, like, I guess I played it safe because it's my first time at this restaurant. And when you go out alone, you do make a name for yourself. Like, you know, people are going to remember you as that girl. You know, bartenders and restaurant people, like, they do talk a lot of shit. So I just like to have like a clean slate. So if anything they have to say about me, it's always a good thing. Because when you challenge men, you don't know how they're going to react. A lot of times these guys get, if they're not a quality guy, a lot of times they're going to react negatively, and it makes you look bad because you're a woman in society. It makes you look bad because most of the times the guys who do that are regulars. I don't know why, but the guys who happen to talk to you, hit on you at the places are regulars, so they're gonna side with them. They pay more money than you. You just come in there for a drink and, you know, a snack, whatever. But you know, I just played it cool. I was like, I wanted to say something else, but I was like, no one's sitting there. Yeah, you can sit there. And so how did this conversation go? Oh, this man walks in, the father of the girl who was next to me, and I thought he was smiling at me when he walked in. I smiled back, but he was smiling at the guy next to me. And he came up and was like, don't I know you from some other restaurant? I used to see you there all the time. And then they start talking together. They're both old as hell. And they start, like, you know, hitting it off. And then when he walked away, I was like, I named the restaurant they were talking about. And he just went off on, like, explaining the restaurant, how he used to go there and what the restaurant is like and how amazing it is. And I was like, oh, I just moved here. I'm from da-da-da-da-da. I'm looking to try all the new restaurants. And then he talks some more, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he went talking about, he gave me a list of restaurants to try. He gave me a whole list of restaurants to try. And he asked me what I do for work first. And I told him what I do. I was transparent because why not? You guys, I'm not a good liar. This is something you have to know about yourself in the level up. You have to know if you're a good liar. If you're a good liar, you got the game on lock. Whatever. I am not a good liar. So what I do is I give the truth about things that won't hurt me in the long run, and I withhold the truth about things that I don't want them to know, or things that I find personal, or things that I will share once they get to know me. So instead of lying, you can just withhold the truth for girls who are not good at lying. I'm not a good liar, so I don't even like do that. And so he started talking about his job and how he works for this company, and I asked him if he's the owner of the company. He said no, he's not the owner. And he started talking about his son who sells software. He said his son gets like 5 million on a consistent basis selling software to Google and all of these other companies like that. And so I'm just entertaining this man for free. Yeah, was not happy about that. But you know, when you go to a restaurant for the first time, you have to make a good impression on everyone, especially if you're going to be a woman there sitting alone, because a lot of times if you're too mysterious, they think you're an escort, or they think you're like I don't know, they just think you're like a sex worker. So I just played, you know, the cordial, normal girl, kind of. But when it came to, I don't know, we were talking and he was talking about how he's been to my hometown, and he really like wanted somebody to like listen to him talk. I noticed that he wanted somebody to listen to him talk and to stop him from getting on his phone a lot, because he was like, he's about to retire and he's gonna be so bored. So he's like the type of person who can never stop thinking, never stop moving. So yeah, he was, you know, getting my energy for the free. But I was like, let me see if he gonna do something. And no, he did not. I sat there for a little while, and I finally asked for my tab. And after I paid my tab, he was like, you have a good night. And I was like, you too. And I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and I was like, I was grabbing my coat and my purse, my cute little purse. I don't have it on me. I want to show you guys my purse. And I came back to grab my purse and my coat. No, not my purse. I came back to grab my to-go food and my jacket. I don't leave my purse at the bar. I don't leave purse and drinks at the bar. Never do that shit. Okay, and I was like, is your son single? And he was like, my nephew or my son? I was like, the one that sells software. He was like, oh, he's married. He's got a baby on the way. I was like, oh, of course. He does sound like a good catch. And then I walked the fuck out. And the bartender was like smiling at me. But I think I did a good job, because I did two things. I got his ego where he was talking about his job, and I asked him, are you the owner of the company? And then I asked about his son, who's making way more money than him. And then I walked out. So, you know, kind of communicated that, oh, she doesn't want me. She wants my son. Why would she want me? I'm an old man and I don't own my own company. But, yeah. He had on like these Ray-Ban glasses. But I don't know. After looking into his eyes, he kind of had like this, I don't know. He kind of looked like a basic construction worker, to be honest. But I feel like his energy was like, he was really positive, but he wasn't an entrepreneur. So not the kind of guy you want anyway. But, yeah, you know, this is my style when I go to a restaurant for the first time, where it's a classy restaurant where people are going to remember you, where there's a lot of regulars, where people are going to remember you from last time. The first time I typically play it cordial, and then the more I go there, then I start getting more sassy, you know, talking to guys like any kind of way, not letting them sit next to me unless you're going to buy my drink, straight up. Be a little bit of a menace here and there. So yeah, this is my nice time out. I'm gonna try to show you my outfit. This is the jacket. I'm gonna take off. Okay, these are the sleeves. These are the sleeves I wore. And that's the outfit. So cute. Yeah, y'all, very cute. You know, I love going out to restaurants. It's like my favorite hobby. And he gave me a whole another list of restaurants to go to. So I'm excited to keep going out. And the energy in this restaurant was so like intense. Like I kept I kept like I don't know, my inner bitch wanted to come out like so bad. But I kept her I kept her at bay just because it was my first time there. But you know, if you're one of those girls out there, you're not trying to play nice with anyone, you don't have time to waste, then you know, go out. Don't care what strangers think of you. If you don't want no strange man sitting next to you, then tell him. You know, I've done this before. I've lied and said, oh, I have a friend coming, someone's sitting there, and then put my purse there just so nobody can sit next to me. Because, you know, at bars, you're like really close to each other and it can be uncomfortable if you're next to like somebody you don't like. But this was a place where, you know, each entree cost like $100, $150. So the energy in there was generally good. And most people have money coming in there. So it was fine. That's why I played nice, because the energy was just so nice. Like all of the guys were like really, like they were like really nice. I mean, besides not paying for my tab, they weren't that nice. But I don't know. I don't expect that anymore. Like, I go out a lot and I don't always get my drink or tab paid for. I know girls in like bigger cities like New York, LA, Miami, they say they never pay for their tabs. Here in Texas, I do pay for my tab. I don't know why. I do get my drink paid for sometimes, but not every time. And most times I end up paying for my own stuff. And it used to make me think, like, am I not that attractive? Am I not people's type out here? But I don't know. I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, that can't be it. Because damn, you know, I like what I see. Nice eyes, nice eyebrows, nice lips. I mean, you know, maybe other things are questionable, but I'm working on it. But yeah, this is my night out. I had a good time. And that's all I have to say.